Why, are you thinking of doing it?
No, I couldn't do it.
Go ahead.
How do you stay so thin? And your body is the body of a 20-year-old, and your legs are beautiful.
Well, I'm 20 years younger mentally than anybody. I am a very late bloomer. Really, I had children later in life and everything. They keep me young. But I'm in good physical condition, and I recently, with a broken leg that I had a very badly broken leg skiing. And because of that, I've been taking excellent care of myself, more so than I ever have. Another thing, I don't care anything about food, not at all. I like to cook, and I like breakfast. I'm hungry in the morning, and I never eat any other time unless I'm hungry. I can't get an ounce of food down me unless I'm hungry. There's no such thing as me eating 3 times a day, but sometimes if I want, I'll eat 5 times a day. But I don't care about food.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Is your home in California
Yes.
or New York?
Oh, definitely California for years. Beverly Hills, we live in Beverly Hills. We have a place in Palm Springs, and I have a condominium that won't stop in Snowmass at Aspen.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone loves it up there. My mother loves it, and we go up there quite a bit. And the Palm Springs place, because my husband is a golf nut.
Left-handed, too.
Yeah, left-handed.
Hi, Lucy. Thanks for calling. Are you there?
Yes, I'd like to ask Miss Ball her feelings about playing the role Mame after Angela Lansbury. And I also understand Rex Reed's review was not quite up to par, unfavorable. And I was wondering how she felt about his review of her performance.
Shall I answer? Where is she? She on the
rafters.
I haven't read his review. Just prior to the picture coming out, he wrote a very nice piece about me. We're friends. If he didn't like the picture, that's par for Rex Reed. But it's par for a lot of people that wouldn't like that type of picture, I suppose. But I really haven't read it. As a matter of fact, just 5 minutes before the show, I was asking if it had been out. And where'd you read it? They said that it was canceled, or the paper didn't come out or something.
You didn't. You heard about it.
Right, I haven't read it, but I'm sure it's incorrect because anything Miss Ball's in has to be good.
Right.
Well, thank you, whoever you are. Thank you. Well, this, you know, you can't please the whole world, but I set out to please this type of audience, so actually Rex Reed doesn't fit too well into this type of audience, but he fits very well in my home, and I love being around him, and I wouldn't miss him on a talk show, so I like him. I'm going to give him a good review anyway.
Great. Well, thank you very much for all the years of happiness you've given me and my family.
Thank you.
Thank you. She asked you about Angela.
Who did?
She did. She wanted to know if you had any feelings about...
I thought Angela should have done the picture, and I said that for several years, and Angela didn't want to do it. Angela was busy with her son in Ireland, who was very ill at the time, and she had been several years with it and kind of felt she'd had it at the time. Mm-hmm. And that's all I know, except that I didn't think anyone in the world should do it but Angela. That's when I fell in love with it, when it became the musical with Angela.
Hi. Thanks for calling. Lucille Ball.
Hi. I'd like to ask you, Miss Ball, what has been the highest point in your life, and what do you feel has been the lowest point?
Well, that may take all day. With any woman, you've got to say the highest point in your life is when you have children. I don't know how you can top that. And with me, I waited 10 years, so it was really something. It was a miracle, you know. And the lowest point in my life? Oh, any failure like a divorce and a disruption of what you think should be marvelous and we should all be very grateful for, and it all goes, you know, to pieces. That's got to be the lowest point because it made me very ill and I didn't recover for a long time. So I guess that was the lowest point. I haven't had many low points in my life, though, that are really, really low. I come back very quickly. But I guess that was the lowest. Does that answer it? Where is she? Where is she?
Right. Who do you think is bigger than you? Woman.
What do you mean by that?
Well, more popular and more...
Who cares?
Well, that it does for you.
There are lots of ends and different divisions in our business, and how can you compare?
Well, except that...
I don't ever wonder who's bigger than I am, or even on a par or below, or there's room for all of us.
There are very few women, though, Lucy. There are very... I agree.
Very few women what?
Women, John Wayne goes on and on.
Well, he's bigger than I am. If you're talking about longevity,
Yeah.
John and I have it tied up.
But what other...
And Jack Benny.
But Joan Crawford doesn't go on and on. That's the point.
Well, that's her problem.
Well, I don't mean to single her out. I'm just saying that it
Well,
seems
a lot of people didn't go on and on because they didn't want to go on and on. They had other things in their lives. I have other things in my life, too, but I still like what I'm doing. We did not get into television. Remember, television was a new medium when they were, ready to retire or marry someone else or go someplace or do something. Theirs was an entirely different and much more glamorous business than the one I'm in. Mine was, I pioneered in television, and I just happened to dig it. I love it. And I was, as I say, I wanted to be tight. I got what I wanted. I love my work. And I have never felt a drag because of it, and that's why I'm still doing it. Not because of money, and not because I haven't been opposed, not because I have been that well loved or anything. I dig my work, and I know how to do it. I'm proud of that.
You sure do. Lucille Ball, back in a moment. About Desi here. Yeah, hi.
Hi, I'd like to know whatever happened to Vivian Vance and what she's doing now.
She's very happily married to a very large publisher man named John Dodds. They live in New York and North Salem, New York, and they travel a great deal. She's writing a book, and she's a very happy woman. She looks marvelous. We talk often.
Anybody else? Yes.
Yes, I've heard that you were going to retire, and I wondered if there was anything to this.
I'm not going to retire. I have 6 years product backed up, and I'm going to do something else for this season, which is supposed to constitute a couple of specials and promoting Mame. But I'm not retiring. I have no intention. I wouldn't know what to do if I retired.
Good.
Thank you.
Yes.
I wonder if Lucy realizes that the reruns are on almost any time during the day, and
Yeah.
there must be enough reruns in the can to last a century.
There are.
And we
3
enjoy it very
generations can
much.
turn me on with a water faucet.
She added she enjoys them very much.
And I have 6 years product still to go into rerun.
My favorite episode was when you worked in the candy factory and the
Mine
conveyor
too.
belt.
The first one that I really thought was a classic, and I loved it, and I still love it. That and the great vat, where being in that vat was like stepping in a bunch of eyeballs.
All I want to say is I want to commend you for your clean and your high caliber.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. We pay attention to that. We go for that. Appreciate it.
You know, I took my kids to a G picture the other day, and they said S-O-B in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
A G.
Mm-hmm. And I have a PG, and it's in that one, too.
Well, that's PG. That's a little bit
Well,
more honest.
It was always inherent in anti-Mame. There are three lines that were always there. So we left them in because this day and age, you know. But there was a big discussion about it. But some of the things you're seeing in theaters these days, you just get more tolerant and more tolerant and more tolerant. And it's just not so shocking, I guess. And children are being taught and hear things on the street and all over and in books. They can pick up anything on the newsstand and whatnot. So you'll hear that, and I guess nobody's going to faint from it.